I will mention to you the incident of Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi rahimahullah ta'ala. He was a Sultan, Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, who was a predecessor of who? Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi rahimahullah ta'ala. Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi is the one who conquered Palestine, Al-Quds al-Sharif. And Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, once they captured a prince from the European kingdoms. And this prince, he came to Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, they had captured him, he was a prisoner. And Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, he invites his viziers, he calls a council, he says, what should we do with this prince? They said, give him capital punishment, execute him, because he has damaged the Muslim world a lot. Now Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, rahimahullah ta'ala, he said that we should take a ransom for him. We should take a large amount of money in exchange for him, use that money to fund the Muslims in Sham at the time. So what did they do? All of the viziers, they had a consensus. They said, give him capital punishment. Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi, his opinion was, no, ransom him off. What did he do? At night, he went and he prayed Salatul Istikhara. He prayed Istikhara and he prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, guide me. And he received an indication to ransom the prince off. What did he do? He ransomed the prince off. They gained the money. They spent it on the funds of the Muslims. This prince is traveling back to his kingdom, and on the way back he dies a natural death by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the viziers, they said, give him capital punishment. Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi said, no, we should ransom him off. He prayed Istikhara, he got ransom him off, he ransomed him off. They gained the money and the prince died as well. Subhanallah. But this is Sultan Nur-Ud-Din Zenghi. He's not a normal person like us. He was an abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was a true slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who would worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with tawakkul. And he was a man who feared Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unfortunately, what we don't have is that we fear everyone else, but we do not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You fear one, and you do not have to fear anyone else. But if you do not fear that one, you will have to fear everyone else. ये एक सजदा जिसे तू गिरा समझता है, हजार सजदों से देता है आदमी को निजात. This sajda, this prostration in front of Allah that you find difficult, our youngsters, we find difficult to, bow down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We say, chalo baad mein pad lenge namaz, we pray after. No. This one sajda that you find difficult, it gives you najat, it frees you from 1,000 sajdas that you would have to do to the makhluk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the creation. But if you bow down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will free you. If you do not bow down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will have to kneel down in front of everyone else.